Morning, guys. Mike Paddle Traders. It is February 10th. I want to talk to you guys about levels that are looking to short. Um, the yearly open has been a significant level for BTC when it's setting up the quarterly positioning, whether it's New York or whether it's Wales. I'm not quite sure, but if you look at the previous yearly opens and how well they played or just their significance, it's pretty imperative to not ignore these opens. One second. Let me map this out for you guys. Let me draw this out for you guys so you guys can see it. Yeah, this was a front ran yearly open down here, but you get the idea, right? And then we're at it right now again. So the previous, since 2000, and I'm assuming 13, the yearly open has been pivotal when it's been retested. Let me see something. What's retested? Sorry, guys, because I'm in a scalp long from yesterday. And I want to just make sure that I take some profit before New York opens, because New York has a tendency, screwing shit up. Sorry about that, guys. All right, so I'm looking to short yearly open zone, and if you go on the lower time frame where it's a little bit more visible to us, you could also see that the VWAP is here. A previous yearly VWAP. So let's get rid of the monthly. We don't need it at the moment. So this zone in here, if anybody was, let's just say if anybody started shorting from $44,000, I mean, if you have a wide stop loss, that's fine. That's just not my type of gameplay, so I can't tell you that that is something I would recommend to do. But this gray zone here is let's just consider this basically a void. Price completely flush down. More often than not, what happens when we get to this zone, price grinds back up. So the safer short in my eyes is the yearly open. Now, can he get front ran? Can he get front ran? Sure. I mean, you don't know. I don't know. We're just hoping that it doesn't get front ran. And we can fill our shorts. Target is going to be definitely in the 30s. I'm probably going to target down here between 38 and 39.7. I don't think that this thing has the momentum or gas to break above to this consolidation. Remember we spoke about each consolidation zone? You had your first, you had your second, and now we're at our third. So if you break these down, if you break these levels down by ranges, we're still in our original range that led to the lower low. So I don't think that we have the gas to get a weekly close back into the old range, which is $46,000. At that point, when you do, and if we do, then you want to assume that we're targeting range high at $51,000 to $52,000. I'll take out this liquidity up here. So, needless to say, I'm not even worried about targeting this range over here. I think that we will deviate and then do something like this. I'm not. It's not that I'm bearish, but if you look at the oscillators on the higher time frame, they are starting to show a lot of weakness. Um, if you were somewhere around here or somewhere around here, I'd be like, you know what, we have an attempt to an additional top. But the fact that all three Aussies are algo firing, it's a little bit on the worrisome. And you don't forget, we're not uptrending; we're still macro downtrending, right? Here we were macro uptrending, so we actually went for a over under, which meant that this will come down, this will go up, then this will go further up, and then the main short will come when the low band retests and dies, the way it did over here, right? Obviously this went for a dip, but this was a decent enough move to the downside. So what I'm trying to tell you is the way we play the patterns, you need to take in consideration, are you going against trend or not? So right now, the longs are against the trend, macro-wise, we're downtrending. You don't technically need an over-under to die. the same way in an uptrend, you don't need an over under on the downside to pump. You could pump from the midsection, or you could just basically pump off a single cross. So that's the beauty of going with trend as opposed to going against. I will short any kind of move to the yearly open. Obviously, I'm not going to do it blind. What I will be looking for is at that point, if we are at that $46,000 level, I'm going to go either to my 15-minute or my 1 hour, between 15:30 and 1 hour, but most likely going to be the 15-minute, and see if I could find an over under. So the 15-minute will give you an over under, or will give you an exhaustion, or will give you a cross before the main dump takes place. Regardless if the dump comes from the weekly, daily, or 12 hour, the 15 minutes not going to be at the bottom, and then you're going to die. So it's a safer approach like I do, especially because I've been out in the field for the past couple of months now. It's pretty hard. I'm not always on my desktop. I will look for the low band, which is the gray band, to be as high as possible. Here, I'm going to show you this. I'm going to be looking for the low band to be as high as possible, which is the gray band, and see where exactly the signal line is. So you really do not want to be shorting when the low band is at the bottom. Look at this beautiful head that took place here last night. I longed it nicely. So you don't really want to be shorting when the low bid is at the bottom, regardless regardless if we have additional down movement rather. Like for example, if you would have been here and you shorted this, did I just say it right? Hope I did. It's still early for me. You don't want to be. This is what I'm trying to say. You do not want to be shorting where the low band is at the bottom of the value area, sub 30, sub 35. Want to avoid shorts. Now, this over here, given the fact that we're all the way at that 20, say 5 or 26 mark, it still ended up dipping, but that only made a div play for you. But it's a 15-minute time frame, right? So all I'm trying to tell you is if we're gonna be dying and dumping, more likely than not, it's going to come from up here as opposed to down here. So if we have a decent rejection, I go to my 15-minute, or even I go to my 1 hour, depending. 1 hour sometimes is a little slow. 15-minute, 1 hour, or 30-minute, and I look for, again, my computer just decided to crap out on me. What the fuck is going on? What's going on? I don't know. I open up another window. So I go to my lower time frame. Let me reset this. 1 hour, for example, and I look for either an over under, or I look for I count patterns, 1, 2, 3 top. But again, I avoid trying to short when the low band is at the bottom, regardless. That doesn't, even if it pans out, I don't like the probability of it. I like to avoid it. I always want to see low band at least at that roughly about 70 to 80% on mark, which is the value over here. Okay, go back to your macros real quick so I can show you guys something. So this is the monthly order block. Like we've been all talking about it, right? Chances are you're not breaking this on the first attempt. Another issue I'm having is you don't really macro reverse with 2 monthly wicks, especially one that didn't take the previous one. So can this reverse? Yeah, it could, but you need to have a little more consolidation. So I think another maybe month or two worth of candles before we could see a macro bottom, whether it comes from down here, whether it comes from here, I don't know. We'll see when the monthly closes. I'm not here to predict what happens. We were talking about the 3-day 200 EMA and MA squeezes. And again, I don't use EMAs and MAs. I'm not an EMA guy or compression and shit like that. But the 200 EMA and MA is usually always on my chart regardless, because a lot of algos are activated when price approaches them. So we squeezed to the top side the way we did in the 2-day. Where are we? So was 2-day or was it the daily? The way we were over here and we squeezed to the top side. So we did the same thing here on the 3-day. Only thing I want to tell you guys, so you guys take into consideration, is the weekly is all the way down at $25,000, right? So let me mark this real quick, because I guarantee you in about a week or so, this is going to be different. Okay, It doesn't mean we have to go down here, but I want you to see something. BTC, when it finishes its, like, let's just say, cycle, it always goes for it. It always goes for it, regardless of whether it's starting a bull trend, ending a bull market, I mean a bear market, or it's COVID. It always goes for it. So if we have a capitulation, freaking wick or candle, chances are that's probably going to be the magnet. I'm not looking at order blocks, I'm not looking at VWAPs, and I'm not looking at price action, meaning like to retest the previous all-time highs. But if you start adding all that up, where's the previous all-time high? Where is the previous monthly view that hasn't been tapped? Let's go on the daily so you can see it clear. It's all, yeah, there's one over here. It's within that zone. The quarterly is at 17,000. Now, am I trying to make a video telling you guys that we're going to go down to 19 or 20,000? Absolutely not. But if this is an algo-driven market and somebody is about to fucking press a button and auto sell like thousands of BTCs, I'm probably certain we're gonna end up targeting somewhere down here. So keep that in mind. Um, Naturally, I don't think price can go down there unless it's forced or pushed. So anyway, let's go back to price action. Doesn't really matter what happens in the foreseeable future. Um, So until we get above this monthly order block, we have to remain bearish. Target when we break this monthly order block will be this blue box between $53,000 and $57,000. It's very evident that there's a lot of liquidity on the top side over here. So any kind of move to the top side, retest of this, you want to long it, you want to target mid 50s. Not financial advice. As always, we have taken consideration that the monthly order block will be the make or break for us. It is a very pivotal area, and a lot of people, a lot of algos will be short in that area. So be very careful. Go back to your lower time frame, and if you look at 2 week, yeah, 2 day, okay, 2 day, 2 day, 2 day, TMA also is sitting at roughly about 46.9. Again, that whole $46,000 range is very important to me. Chances are we will not break above it at the first attempt. Any move to the downside, I will buy. I am looking to buy the next dump. If you take everything off the chart, I wanted to see where the monthly open is. Hold on. Monthly open, right there. Boom. There we go. That's gonna be my TP1. Well, actually, maybe not TP1, but I'm probably going to close all my shorts down here at that monthly open. Um, it's not worth the risk. Can we break the low and go down to 30,000? Sure, whatever, cool. But I'm not gonna sit here and talk about that until I see this monthly open get taken. Now, if we close a high time frame candle under this monthly open, there's a freaking problem. Then we'll start talking about targeting these lows down here. Until then, guys, that should be your floor. Even on the daily time frame, you have an order block that's sitting there, right? This is your order block. And to me, truth be told, this looks like a fucking beautiful deviation. If you close everything and just look at price action, let me show you guys something. So here is your flip zone. That's why we're having such a hard time getting above it, right? It's your flip zone. See, this makes sense, guys? This was your previous deviation that led to the all-time highs. We couldn't even get back to retest it, and now we're retesting it right now. More likely than not, whatever deviation we get here, this will end up going to the downside. And I wanted to show you guys one more thing right there. So 2 day VWAP previous daily. No daily closes under the previous monthly VWAP, which is sitting at roughly about 34,600. I still think we're not going to break it. Even if we go back down and retest it, we won't break it. My only concern with that is that you need to take into consideration that if we go for a high time frame div play, meaning like say you go for a um okay, you have like a 3 day, right? Remember I told you guys that the 2 day trend line and signal line is the important cross that we're looking for, right? Put on the 2 day real quick. Boom. We're there, man. We're so close, right? We're so close. We had it over here, and we're so close, man. So if we go for that's gonna be a div play. That's gonna be the long that you want to be in. Like you fucking want to be in that long. Even if it's just a couple of bucks. It's going to be roughly about 100% move to the top side across the altcoins. BTC might do roughly about another 40% or so. I don't know, man. We're downtrending, so the percentages might be a little off for me. Usually, I'm so used to uptrending crosses that you're getting multiple hundreds of percentages. Anyway, take that into consideration that you need to be watching the 2 day. The 2 day is so important for this signal line and trend line cross. Also, 3 day RSX, right? 3 day RSX is at that midpoint. Midpoint is make or break, man. Midpoint is make or break. Let's make this a little black. What time is it? I don't have time to go to the gym. Histo. I'm turning this off real quick because I like to watch the histo. Histo is so important to me. I've gotten so dependent on this histo, the way it works. So, we are, let's just say that we're far from a macro bottom, but we are so close in making a local multi-week bottom. And what I'm saying by that is, do you consider this a local bottom? Absolutely, yeah, for sure. But when we go for that retest, if we make a higher low, that higher low should indicate that, okay, we have enough juice and power to make a higher high at that point, targeting 50s. Now, if 46 and 47,000 is the cap for us, and we're not going to go above it for another like maybe month or so, then you need to take into consideration that any kind of higher low we take will be a lower high into a lower low. So no reason to assume. Wait until we see what happens. Let it play out. I'm watching, most importantly, the weekly time frame on the RSX for that div play. So when you get your cross the way we did right now, and it's so V-shaped like this, as opposed to it being pivot one, pivot two. See how we just had a one pivot here? We never really went for like a second pivot. More often than not, this leads to a retest, or this leads to a retest. So just be careful, watch that. The weekly RSX and the 2 day MSTX signal cross. Beautiful. This thing right here. That's it for the oscillators. All you need to watch. You can watch the lowers so you can position yourself accordingly, but that's all you need to watch. And chances are we're probably not going to get above this line over here, this box. So I'm not getting my hopes up. That's a weekly order block, and that thing should give us a decent dump all the way down to at least the midpoint, minimum the midpoint. So put this, see, clean deviation, right? Um, the high is here. So this is your range, 52.9, 39.5. Those will play ranges, right? This is the range. This is the authentic range. And then before you could even attempt range high, that's your first area of resistance. Now in here, you have your yearly open. In here, you have your VWAPs. In here, you have the golden pocket, if I'm not mistaken, or it's at the 7.2s. Let me see what is over here. Take this shit off. Oh, it's not even the golden pocket. 0.5. Sorry about that. 0.5. So where did it see the golden pocket? Or was it the... Oh, hold on. I definitely saw something. Oh, no, it was here. I'm sorry, guys. 79. It was a 79. Where's the 79? There we go. Yeah. And put the 72 on so we can see what the 72 is. There you go. There you go. 72. I was right originally. So we're still playing with this range over here. Um, I I can't turn bullish. I cannot. But any kind of movement down, any kind of movement to the downside, whether we do this and come back down, I will buy. I will buy. I will buy hard. I will buy very hard. And you need to assume and hope that this deviation sticks, and that we don't get anything below like that 37, 38K mark. Wick down there is fine. Closes down there are cancer. I think ETH is a little different because we are at a very pivotal area to begin with. This is the resistance. Anything above this is going to auto shoot up to $39,000, man. So like, I doubt we're going to get that. I think this is as much as we're going to go, roughly about maybe 3,400, 3,550, right? Um, there's the yearly open for us is 36.8. I don't even think we have gas for that, guys. I think we're going to go take out this liquidity and just fucking die and come all the way back down here at let's say 28s, 29s, and call it a day. So be careful trading. I'd rather be less positioned, looking for that short, grab the short, take the profits, increase my stop loss, and then leverage longs. The reason why I'm looking more for the longs is because I told you guys, it doesn't pay, personally speaking, to be short-minded. It just doesn't pay. When you look at the statistics, someone who shorted $52,000 all the way down to 32, you only made 36%. And chances are, if your mind is, let's say, congested with just looking for shorts, you definitely didn't grab this long because you're always looking for shorts. The long already made the long from 32 to 45 already made you more money. So, regardless of the short factor, I'm going to take whatever money I make off the short that's up and coming, and I'm going to use that as a stop loss to increase the risk on the long. And I'm going to hit the long really hard because if it's true and we do happen to make a higher low, right? If the higher low comes through, where's my 39? So that's 30 there. Hold on. Where's the 5? There's a 5-day level here that I need to watch. Where's this 5-day level? Right there. Okay, this is your 5-day level. This is my main 5-day level. All right. So if it's true and we do higher low, right? We do make a higher low. So what we need to do? And you get your higher low, stay at $38,000. And you want to target your 56 or you want to target your 52. You're making 37% from the higher low after you just made 36%. So you just made roughly about 60% or 70% in a matter of what? 2 months? Versus you fucking looking for shorts left. Okay, if you're scalping, it's different. We're talking about swing trading right now. Scalping, if you took these up and downs, congratulations, amazing. That's why, guys, I'm looking strictly to long, and I'm a long at hard. Now, if we do happen to get a lower low, I'm probably going to target that yearly low. I don't think it's gonna happen, guys. It just doesn't make sense for it to happen. Right? This is your yearly low down here. So something along the lines of if we do go up and do this. Something like this. Where we deviate this current high. I'll make it nicer so you guys can see it. We deviate the current high, because don't forget, this is your range now. Your range high is 43.9. Your range low is 33.7. Anything in this range is its own range, targeting roughly about 52. So we're still we're still in this current range that we're in right now. So if we do deviate this and come back down, bounce off 38, and go back up and retest that 42, 43, and we reject, chances are we're going to make a lower low. I don't know what that one-to-one extension is over there, but let's just take it. Let's just see what it is. Oh, yearly. Okay. They're on. Golden Pocket is at 31,000. So, and the one-to-one extension is 36. We're not stopping at 36. So we're either going to go to that 0.5, 0.7, or we're going to go down to the Golden Pocket. And that's pretty much how I'm playing BTC, guys. Trade safe. And don't forget, the most important oscillators today, signal and trend line. And then watch your histos. Watch the histos. You want to see this turn white, white bar, white bar, white bar, then again black, then again black. Then you tell yourself, okay, we are at a potential macro bottom. We're kind of far. Cheers, guys.